Hello. For the past 2 years, this man has been systematically lying to you. You see all this footage, you see, he's been around, he's been around America, as it were. Here he is in Chicago, yeah? He's been to New York, he's been talking about all these places he's been to. That person is me, and that person is a liar. He hasn't been to Chicago, he hasn't been to New York, he hasn't been to Florida, despite the last video you saw. He hasn't been to any of those. He hasn't even been to America. This whole time, I've been making these videos, I've been enticing an American audience, because what better audience is there? Every British act there's ever been, every British entertainer has had one thought in mind: I must crack America. But the awful, awful, awful truth is, I've been doing it this whole time, right here in East London. It's from here that I've been conjuring up these fantasies in my own head of a better life, of one in America. The truth is, I haven't even been outside of this country. I'm just a pretender. I'm the only one who knows about it. I don't have a wife. I'm not married. The voice you hear is my good friend Amelia, who pretends to be a wife that I have from a place I randomly chose as Indiana, a place that I have not only never been to, but know nothing about, except for those things that I looked up on Wikipedia just prior to doing those false videos about Indiana. Same with Chicago. Never been. Just looked up facts beforehand. That book, America, an Aerial View, this? Yeah, I stole it from my library when I was 12. I did. Because I was a thief. I stole 7 or 8 books from that library. I had not only this, I had Charles Dickens' Hard Times and many others. Not because I wanted to read them, but because I wanted to engage in a youthful act of rebellion. And that act of rebellion has continued to this day. Now, how did I do it? You're probably thinking to yourself, well, of course you've been to America. I've seen all these videos of you in Chicago. I've seen videos of you in, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, wherever that is. Just pulled that out of my... I've never been. And here's how I did it. Green screen. Okay? So yeah, I've been deceitful about these books. I've been deceitful about having been to America. From my pad here in East London, for the past 20 years, I've been developing my own filmmaking empire. And so all of the footage you've seen was done here in my studio against that green screen using my mobile phone. Notice I call it mobile phone. In all these videos I keep making up this idea that somehow I'm attuned to American English. Well, no. That's all a lie too. I took all of that vocabulary from another book that I stole from a library here in London. Now you're probably asking, why? Why would you go to this great extent to convince us? Well, it's like I said earlier, I wanted to break the American market. I knew there was money in that. Am I ashamed? Yes. Have I been fulfilled? Partially. In many ways, you should be amazed at what I've been able to achieve with modern day technology. Is it perfect? No, not really. I mean, come on, the giveaway was in that Lake Michigan video. That was the North Sea. That wasn't Lake Michigan. But you weren't paying attention. At least not all of you. And so in many ways, it's your fault. And finally, why are you coming clean about this now, Lawrence? Well, a few weeks ago, I was just going through a lot of the comments on all of my disingenuous videos, and I found this one who asked, or rather joked, I bet you're not really in America at all. You're just playing as in you're in England. Ha 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 ha. And you're just doing this for a quick buck. You were very correct. And it frightened me that others might be able to detect this from my IP address or from some of the background noises. British accents rather than Americans in the walls behind me. And it just got too much. You know, I'd be lying in bed at night sweating. Apart from the America thing and having an American wife, I've not really told you too many lies. Most of what I've said has been true. You know, this is my voice, this is my accent, and I did grow up in Grimsby. That is true. I did grow up in Grimsby. So really, it's not as bad as it seems. You know, although I can see that it is pretty bad. It is pretty bad, but if you can find it within your hearts, you know, to forgive this, to move on, I'd appreciate that. I do enjoy interacting with you, you know, even if I am systematically telling you falsehoods in the comments. I think what we've got is somewhat special, if albeit one-sided. Let's go forward. Let's see what happens. And yeah. Later. I mean, cheerio. April Fools! Of course, I think you already knew that at this point, but just wanted to make it sure. Otherwise, I might have lost 1,200 subscribers with that. I'm in Chicago, still, forever. Not forever.
American accent.
She does, and she's not called Amelia, and she's not my best friend. She is my best friend.
I better
but,
be.
Well, yeah, I know, I'm backtracking. I don't even know anybody called Amelia, do I? If I do, I'm sorry, Amelia. Perfect.